Sending you things I shouldn't do, 'cause you're on my mind and I can't sleep tight, and I know that we're talking.
Way too long since I've filmed and created a video. Sorry for the, I think, maybe 3 or 4 week wait. A lot has happened since we spoke. I've moved house, I've had certain events that I've done with uni commitments, and work has been really busy as well. But thank you for joining me here for this new vlog. I really wanted to pick up the camera and show you a little bit of the finals period. So I'm just getting ready now to start finishing creating all my final pieces of coursework, which count towards my final grade in the modules for this term. And I also am revising for 2 exams, 3, there's like 2 mini tests and 1 exam. For those of you that don't know me yet, I'm Annie and I'm a 2nd year dietetics student. I'm studying at London Metropolitan University in London, and I'm on the 2nd year of the 4-year course. And I'm just sharing here a little bit about my journey and how you can get into dietetics, what it's like studying dietetics, and just a little bit along the way. But I thought this would be much more realistic, because some of the videos I think I've portrayed quite a nice way of like getting stuff done and being really productive, and I am, and I do try to be that way. But at the same time, like, this degree is really hard and there is a lot of work. And if you watch my first video, you'll see that I am what is classed as a mature student as well. So I am 28, and before I decided to study, I was working full-time as a model. So I've had a full-time job. It is freelance, but I would work all the time. So I fitted in studying around that, and it is a full-time degree. For example, like this week I've been on my Easter holidays from university, but I've worked every day this week, so I'm exhausted, which you could probably tell, but I'm so tired. But now this weekend needs to be back-to-back coursework and revision. So I'm going to show you how I plan that, how I've just got my head into gear for these last 2 weeks, and how I'm going to juggle it. So yeah, join me today to see how I get on with starting a piece of coursework. I want to start a piece of coursework, I've got to finish a presentation, the slides for a presentation, and I might start trying to plan another piece of coursework, or mix in some revision in there. I'll try and do maybe a few different things, but I'll show you when I get to that. But first, some coffee and maybe a little bit of reading in bed, just to wake myself up a bit more. It is a little bit late now already. I'm not sure if I said this morning that it is a Saturday, and it is about 12:25 now already. This morning I did my presentation, so I just put the slides together. That's for a group education project. We're doing a presentation on the importance of bone health for older patients, which we need to present as though we were holding a group education session in a hospital, like an outpatient clinic. So I've done all of that, and now I'm going to start a piece of coursework. So it's the coursework for the nutrition and dietetic module this year, like management of diseases through dietetic care, and it's basically all about nutrition support. So I have a case study who has had a stroke, and it's working through the whole A to E process of that. So I'm going to get going on that. I just thought first I'd quickly show you what I have done to sort of visualize all of my deadlines, because there are a lot coming up now. So I'm going to quickly show you that. I've got it on my iPad at the moment, but I was inspired by Libby Miles. I will link her YouTube channel down below. She is amazing, and I'm sure you might already follow her. She is studying law, so slightly different, but I find her inspiring for studying techniques and tips and things. So I'll just show you here what I've done. Like I said, it is on the iPad at the moment. I am going to print these out and I'm going to write on them by hand, but first of all, just to be able to visualize, and I find the iPad's better because I can obviously easily rub out and then just rewrite it in, because for me things change all the time, which I imagine might be the same as a lot of you. You know, life gets in the way, work gets in the way, different commitments, so it's really good for me to have the flexibility of being able to change it very easily. So basically we are here now. The colouring is just where I was working, so but this has actually changed, and I am going to be writing my first draft of the nutrition and dietetic coursework instead today, so I'm just going to change that now. But the main thing I wanted to show you is the red are deadlines. So I've got red here, red here, red, red, red. So basically I can really clearly visualize. That's how I start. I just put on all the deadlines so I can see, and then I mark off the days where I'm absolutely not free because I have work, and then I can see all the availability days, so the green ones where I can literally commit the whole day and evening if I need to that, and I just work back and see if I genuinely think that that's enough days to complete each thing. I think I'm being a little bit optimistic with a few of these, so I'm just going to rework that today as well. But also days with studying, you know, I have days with working, I have train journeys and things, so just about fitting it in there. But this just is much better to give you a timeline of what you need to do. And then I've also here, I have a big exam on macro micronutrients, so I have just written out the topics that I need to revise. And then this weekend at some point I'm going to slot them in to each day and decide which days I'm going to study those, because rather than doing all my revision in like one chunk, I'm going to try and do that throughout the next 2 weeks, because that exam is on the 9th of May. So I'm going to try and fit that in and around the coursework, and that's how I'm doing that. I'd say that I'm not 100% an expert at the moment, but I think it's really helpful to see the realistic side of it, because it is just so hard to fit in studying around other commitments, and obviously lots of people do choose to just focus solely on their studies, which I think is incredible and admirable, and I can see why, because yeah, it is hard to do it all. But with a little bit of planning and flexibility, and I think my main thing is to just not be too hard on yourself. Know that this could change, like this here right now, like what I've written out, you know, probably won't happen, or it might not happen, but that's fine. We will just be flexible. At the end of each day we can change it, we can change what we're going to do, and we're just going to fit it in where we can. And yeah, like a full day, 2 full days, you can get loads done if you are productive and you just give yourself plenty of breaks and you look after yourself, keep yourself hydrated. You're going to feel such a sense of achievement at the end of that, and just knowing that this is only temporary. These 2-3 weeks that are crazy busy are temporary, and we will have a time again without that, and it's okay. How well you do, you know, you just got to try your hardest, and if things come up and they throw off your revision timetable, then that's okay as well, and we can reschedule it in at a different point. So I'm going to crack on with this piece of coursework now, and I will check back in with you a bit later. 9 minutes past 6 and I am still doing work. I have made a really good dent on this piece of coursework, I think. I had done some pre-work for it because we actually did a kitchen practical at university, which we had to prepare for, which was for this case study. So we prepared a meal plan for them for 1 day's worth of eating in the kitchens at school, and now we are writing up like the assessment for that. So I had done some pre-work and pre-reading, and today I've just been reading the literature around stroke so that I could write all about that. And yeah, it's going well so far. I am going to do a bit more work now. Definitely cut me off there. I just ran out of space, but yeah, I'm going to do a bit more work, and then in the morning I am going to get up early and carry on with this piece of coursework and also do some revision tomorrow. So I think I'll bring you along to show you that also.
Sending you things I shouldn't do, 'cause you're on my mind and I can't sleep tight. And I know that we're talking at night, but it's not that type I want you to like, 'cause I'm fed up. I can never be enough for you. Oh, I'm fed up of this, 'cause you're my best dream, worst nightmare, all at the same time. Oh boy, you blow my mind. Oh, I don't know how to feel for you. You make everything so
Morning guys, so today is a new day. It is Sunday today and it's already about 11:30. I have been working since about 9. I did not sleep well last night for some reason, so not looking my most glamorous self, but I've had a really good morning so far, cracking on with work. I have been continuing with the same piece of coursework that's on nutrition support for a patient with stroke who's had a stroke recently, and I'm making good progress. It was meatier than I thought originally. There's just a lot of different layers to it, but I'm getting there, and I'm hopefully going to be done within probably maybe another hour to 2 hours. At least the first draft will be completed, and then I'm going to send this off to my lecturer to give me some feedback, because I have a couple of weeks before this one is actually due. I should be able to get some feedback and then make some amendments where needed. So yeah, so far so good. Hopefully then this afternoon I'm going to be able to fit in some revision, because I have a mini test tomorrow in microbiology, but I'm feeling pretty confident about that. So I will finish that, and I will also just plan my revision schedule for macro and micronutrients exam. That's my big exam this term. That is 60% of the macro and micronutrients module. So I really want to do well on that, because the other 40% is a piece of coursework that I'm a little bit unconfident with, because it's all about statistics and things, and I find that it's not really my strength. So if I can get a really good grade in the exam, then at least I'm covered there for about 60% of the overall grade. That's a really big bit of advice to me, like work to your strengths, you know, invest the time there, of course, work on the bits that you struggle with, but you know, don't put pressure on yourself to like get this amazing grade on everything. It's impossible. So work harder on those bits, but look through the requirements for exams and the requirements for coursework at the beginning of term, and know the areas where you're going to be able to get some good easy marks for yourself, or where you just know that you work well. If it's like an exam style question, or where you need to have like more multiple choice, or if you need to apply the knowledge, that sort of thing. Work to your strengths and revise in the most efficient way possible to hopefully get the most points. And that's also why I started this piece of coursework, because it is the most important, and I think it's the most relatable for once I'm in placements. So that's why I'm giving this piece the most airtime. And actually I have another piece of coursework due just before this one, but I've decided to focus on this one first because I really want feedback on it before I do a second draft. So yeah, that's the goal this term, to try and use the help that is there. And back on what my experience has been like, because last year I didn't actually get any feedback on any coursework, whereas this time I'm trying to do it for as many as possible. So I'll let you know whether that has been more beneficial for me. Okay, I will see you again once I've done another hour or so of work.
Sending you things I shouldn't do, 'cause you're on my...
It is towards the end of the Sunday now. I'm looking very disheveled. This is what happens when I do like huge chunks of studying, but I've managed to do majority of that piece of coursework now. I just have a couple of last minute bits which I will finish off tomorrow on the train, and I'm going into university tomorrow, so I'll have some time there to finish that off, and I'll get that sent off tomorrow. And I also finished the slideshow presentation. I just had a few extra bits to do there about bone health, so I've completed that as well. And I had to fill out some forms and enter information for my first public health placement, which is in August. I'm going to be documenting my experiences there. It's a 3-week placement, and I found out that I will be working with a charity that provides health education and support to schools, so it's all about children, nutrition and health. So I'm really excited about that because that's an area I'm really interested in, so I will be sharing that with you. But it's so hard to get to you. Just finished doing some stretching and relaxing my muscles and just feeling a bit better after sitting at the desk all day. And now I'm going to jump in the bath and read my book and switch off and say goodbye to you. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my study weekend and how I'm getting ready for this busy coursework and exam season. If you have any more questions about my course, about studying dietetics, or how I'm doing my coursework and exams, then let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm so excited that there are now over 25 of you subscribed to this channel, which just means so much to me, and I'm excited to share more with you about what it's like studying dietetics in London, in the UK. So yeah, just let me know if there's anything in particular that you would like to see, and thanks for watching this vlog. I will see you next time.